Are we done? Are we on?
Getting on Instagram.
Oh, okay. We're getting on Instagram. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, Becky.
It's all magic behind the scenes. I really don't tell anybody this, but I know you can't tell. I really don't know how any of the electronics work.
All right, you're live.
I really don't know how any of the electronics work. There's buttons. There's stuff. Listen, I can start a tractor. Okay, I can make sausage. I got lots of skills, but electronics is not one of them. Thankfully, for you all out there, and for myself as well, I'm counting myself amongst the lucky few. Taking a deep breath and a deep dive into beautiful pieces of jewelry is something that I think I've got some credibility and some experience at. And I think that one of the things that I love the most is sorting out the details, explaining the value points so that you can understand, number one, how magnificent all of these pieces are, but also how affordable they are. I mean, can I just show you something? Just give you a little preview. Look at the color of those. Okay, these are certified and appraised. Did you guess emeralds? These are saffirite garnets, and they are absolutely gorgeous, my friends. And guess what? Let's see. We only have 2 dozen of these. Having 2 dozen of those in and of itself is an absolute mind-bending opportunity. I'm just going to give you a little preview. We're going to go through every single one of these. My friends, on the live stream shows, this is something that we do that is absolutely still mind-blowing. You're going to get 25% off of all these amazing treasures. And listen, I get it. I buy lots of things and own lots of things and yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing. Not every price point is always okay for everybody all the time, period. We've got the saffirite garnet beads. Oh, okay, I misspoke. These are the emerald beads, and these are the saffirite garnets. Okay, so those are your saffirite garnets, and they're faceted, for goodness sakes. Oh my gosh. On the saffirite garnet beads, and quite honestly, we've got 6 in the emerald. That's a 50 carat strand. 50 That is red carpet. That is hello, I've arrived. These are pieces that you will wear joyfully, gladly. It'll be a celebration every time. Maybe it's just a day that ends in Y. The saffirite garnet beads they're take your breath away gorgeous. We've got about 2 dozen of those. One of the rarest, most gorgeous, I'm just going to wear that, rarest, most gorgeous colors in the garnet family. And something that a lot of people, even in 2026, a lot of people still say, well, garnets, they're just that, bronzy red, bricky brown color, bricky red color, and that's all they are. No, friends and neighbors. They are so much more. Oh, wow. Not that I'm throwing any shade on the 6 strands of 50 carat emeralds that we have, by the way. And here's the thing. The format has changed so that it is incredibly easy to jump in and get the ones that you want. So you can go back and review the items as we pass through and review the collection in its entirety. You can just automatically click down below for that item as they're pinned and they're presented. You can reach out to our personal shopper team anytime at 888-835-2237. One of the biggest concerns, too, that you have to remember, number one, everything in the show is 25% off. However, it is a time-sensitive opportunity. You will have 48 hours to take advantage of the incredible prices on these, seriously, once-in-a-lifetime pieces. And what I would encourage you to do, the moment that you see a piece that you think to yourself, oh gosh, I really love it, hear the presentation, okay? Look at the price point. Figure out if you can make that work with budget pay, because if you look at the overall price point, that's one way to look at the pricing. But if you look at the budget pay, and this is just me talking to you, my advice as one shopper to the other, if you look at the budget pay, consider it from the budget pay standpoint, because budget pay, quick and easy. 5 payments, and generations of wearing and sharing and celebrating for every single one of these pieces. They are, for all intents and purposes, luxury pieces by anybody's standard, and any store with any name, doesn't really matter. But we're going to take a deep dive into these. The beautiful rare gemstones, the gorgeous construction, the story of platinum, and we're going to get you started right now with an amazing opportunity that happens to be one of the prettiest green gemstones you may or may not have ever heard of. And of course, it's that gorgeous tourmaline. Now, when I look at these, I'm going to see really a green color, and you're going to notice that in the tourmaline collection, like many rare and exotic gemstones, when we know the source or when the source has a particular set of iconic characteristics, we want to include that in the provenance of your rare gemstone. That's why you see it, Santa Rosa tourmaline. You're going to see everything in the show that has a very classic design. Many of these pieces are simply the beautiful treasure gemstone in the center. Look at that, oh my gosh. And just the iconic look of a diamond silhouette, a diamond halo. Maybe you'll see, some accents here and there, but none of these are going to be big, splashy, flashy pieces. They all have a certain amount of reserved, subdued, can I say old money? I can say old money. Old money elegance, okay? And that's part of what makes them so easy to wear for your entire level of existence, and then pass them on because they will never go out of style. All right, let's talk about it. Certified and appraised, so we'll show you the appraisal. Now, right now the chaplaincy price is $3,079. If you were to hop over to a luxury retailer, you may expect to see as much as, because there's really no MSRP. In this world of trading and collecting gorgeous exotic rarities like this, pricing is not a standardized form. Pricing is simply what does company A think they can get for it? How much do you think somebody's willing to pay for that? Of course, rarity and sourcing is always part of it, but then you have to talk about sourcing. Are you sourcing from a dealer who sources from a dealer who sources from a dealer and on down the financial food chain? Or do you have the presence and the connections and the importance as a wholesale shopper, as a known legendary source for buying gemstones? Do you have that status so that you can go directly to the source? Now, for many of the tourmalines, my friends, Tony Denise is an absolute dream of a gem hunter. I don't know how in the world we got so fabulously lucky to be able to partner with him. He's worked behind the scenes with the management team and our founder for many, many years. He's an absolute knowledge powerhouse, and he is never anything less than 1,000% passionate about what he does. And we're so wonderfully blessed that he can share his talent with us. And that's how you get a price on this one of $3,079. Now, remember what I said, the clock is ticking. We're going to ship this to you for free. When you go to the website, it says product sold out. Now, I'm going to guess that there are probably a few of these behind the scenes, and these are a once in a lifetime opportunity. These don't come in huge parcels, okay? This is not the thing that you go to the gem show and you buy, a pallet full of these. In many cases, these are unique, individual rare and exotic crystals in a whole family of gemstones. And very often they are specifically cut to their own distinct beauty revelation. What does that mean? It means that the gemstone cutters know how to look at each raw gemstone nugget, and they know how to finesse, how to slice, how to dice, how to literally coax the beauty and the forever elegance out of that. Tourmaline is gorgeous. And tourmaline is a gemstone that's not afraid to show us, its own unique characteristics. Okay, tourmaline does not come to us very often in beautiful, stunningly, practically eye clean colors like this. It sort of lives over in the camp of emeralds, where it very often has eye visible inclusions, because that's just the nature of this rare exotic treasure. However, when you find one or a few that have few, if any, eye visible characteristics, and now you're talking about setting the darn thing in platinum, you're talking about adding some very high quality diamonds around the side, now all of a sudden it's a treasure. 48 hours to get the live stream price. The live stream price means you're about to save 25%. We're going to start you at $3,079, which is our starting price based on a suggested retail of anywhere from, I'm going to say $15,000 to $30,000, depending on where you go. Your budget pay right now is $616. When you put this in your shopping cart, and remember it's set in platinum, and the center stone weighs 1¼ carats, then you have another 35 points. Now, these are earth mine diamonds, okay? I'm the first one to tell you buy luxuriant lab-grown diamonds. However, there is a time and a place to invest the extra money, to spend the dollars on a certain grade of earth mine diamonds that in and of itself are rare and exotic, and that's where you are. These are E to F color, they're colorless, they're VS clarity, and they are absolutely stunning. Shop LC Price is going to save you 25%. 25%. So your budget pay goes from $616 all the way down to $461. $461, from $616 to $461, which means your final price goes from $30.79 to $23.10. Yeah, $23.10. That is a savings right now of about $700. So that savings is reflected in the final price. But if you are doing this from the frugalista standpoint, from the I like the good stuff, but I've got to be careful how I manage my dollars so that I can get the good stuff, this is it. And budget pay is that plan. It's not a plan that gets farmed out to a third-party finance company, by the way. There's no added interest. We simply ask you to make the first payment right now. We send it to you, and you make the remaining payments behind the scenes, and it's yours. I mean, it's a super simple, very straightforward. It's almost kind of like an old school way of doing it. It's the closest that we can do to a handshake deal. Your price goes from $30.79 to $23.10, and you just saved about $150 on every single one of those budget pays. And you also extended the period of the 25% discount. If you get this in 49 hours, the price goes back to $30.79. It's a tremendous value. If you get it now, you get the budget pay savings on all 5 budget pays. You get the total reduction on the overall price, and that budget pay is going to stay the same while you have a 30-day review period. So now, with your first payment and shipping this directly to your doorstep, you've just bought yourself a 30-day window where you can get this home and go through it. If you do have a relationship with a qualified appraiser, someone who understands the nuance of gemstones and manufacturing and precious metals, of course, you can probably get that in for a shirt sleeve appraisal. But you have to understand that this is a very time-sensitive piece. Now, I have to tell you, if you log on to this, it says currently sold out. My inventory sheet is telling me that there are 2 in between there. So if you are trying to get this one, and by the way, the appraisal is $8,000 or $8,900, $8,000. If you're trying to get this now and it's showing unavailable, then please just go to the personal shopping team, 888-835-2237, and ask them about sizing and about adjusting them. Now, this is going to have a stamp on the inside that says Rhapsody. Rhapsody is the Shop LC brand that is always 950 platinum, always 950 platinum. So when we put the name Rhapsody on it, you know that you've got a very, very rare and exotic piece. And I honestly, after looking at jewelry most of my adult life, I would put these pieces next to any New York, Italian, pick your capital. I would put these next to any piece in the world out there as a true luxury piece, a heritage piece, I'm going to pass it on piece. You know, one of the things that we know too is that over the course of time, jewelry, when we're talking about these type of top shelf components, it always accrues in value. I'm sure you've seen those moments where somebody shows up on Antiques Roadshow and they've got a little slightly tattered velvet box, and it's sitting on this big massive table, and you can tell everybody's just nervous. Everybody's looking around, the cameras zoom in, and they open the lid on this tattered little box, and on the inside is a breathtaking treasure. You are making the first steps in that experience right now for your family, your loved ones who come after you. Isn't that great? And they'll always, one of the questions that the appraiser always says is, do you have the original paper? Where did you get it? Do you have the original paperwork? And I love, I think I love hearing the stories about the pieces as much as I really appreciate the wow factor that continues for hundreds of years after the first purchase. So you're making the first step in that journey right now. So grab this in while you can. Again, my inventory sheet says that there are 2 of these pieces. Tony brings these in. He is absolutely the maven of tourmaline, and he brings these in very small parcels, and he's extremely experienced. He understands quality, he understands value, and he understands how to bring these in at a price point that is an unbeatable deal. So we're going to move on to item number 2. So yeah, the tourmaline is just gorgeous, and that color here, I'm going to show it to you one more time. That color is just absolutely stunning. I will say that on these pieces, as beautiful as a photo book is on every single one of these, none of these pieces are well served by a simple photograph. These are pieces that you absolutely have to see in person. All right, item number 2. Now the items are pinned down below, so you just click that. You'll get right back to the Shop LC page where you can appreciate all the incredible details. We have 5 of these pieces, and this one is also Rhapsody, which is $950 platinum, so you know it's top shelf. This is a quad A tanzanite. In the world of tanzanites, there's a lot of shaky knees right now. There's a lot of nail biting. There's a lot of nerves, and there are basically 2 camps. I was fortunate enough to visit Tanzanite 1 about 10 years ago and actually put on a jumpsuit, go down into the mine, actually see these beautiful stones being released from where they've been for millions of years in the Earth's crust. We recently sent a team to Tanzania. And it's a very different world now. There are no longer site holder auctions. The mining crew is at a minimum. The team didn't even get to go down into the mine. There's 2 schools of thought. Some people say, well, there's really nothing coming out of the mine at this point with regard to tanzanite. And others are saying, well, there are a few drips and drabs here and there, but it's not really beautiful gem quality. The gemstone marketplace is a really interesting world because it is a place where buy and hold has been practiced for such a long time. And savvy gemstone dealers and traders are very likely to recognize early on this is something very special. And they will buy as much as they can and just hang on to it because they always have a sense of timing. This is going to be big. And they'll wait it out for decades sometimes. Now this one is cut in an Asher cut. This one also has the certificate and the appraisal. The center stone is actually 2.45 carats. The size of this stone is remarkable. The Asher cut on this stone is remarkable. It releases that beautiful blue-violet color unlike anything else. And the extra faceting on the Asher cut really add a little bit of extra light movement through the stone in a particular way so that you really get to appreciate the pink fire that quad A tanzanite gives you. We call that pleochroism because it will show you flashes of blue and violet, and sometimes it will even bubble back with pinks, or sometimes you'll see even a little bit of a flash of a sort of a cranberry color. It's a very mischievous color palette for a gemstone, and it's unlike anything else in the whole wide world. Tanzanite is a gemstone in and of itself, unto itself. There is nothing that resembles the play of color and the display of color in top grade tanzanite. 2.5 carats, surrounded by earth mine diamonds that are EF VS color. Your total on the ring itself is, let's see, you've got about 14 points in diamonds. So now the information that I see on the screen says 2.3 carats total. The information that I see on this particular ring says that the gemstone in the center is just slightly bigger. But keep in mind, these come to us in a parcel, so there's a little bit of averaging that goes along. So this one is going to be in that 2.2 to 2.5, so 2.25 to 2.5 carat range. Again, the Asher cut is just so edgy and so gorgeous on this one. The Shop LC price is $35.99.99. Suggested retail on a jewel with this amount of personality and rarity could be anywhere from $15,000 again to $20,000. But I'll tell you something. It's in $950 platinum, and if you've been keeping your eye on the precious metals market, you know as well as I do that the platinum price right now is just, there's all sorts of big numbers happening out there with platinum. Altogether, 5 opportunities, and if you need a particular size that you're not seeing, then please call the personal shoppers, okay? If you're not sure of your current size, there's a little sizing method. You just click the Find Your Fit icon, and it's a little icon, ruler icon, and you'll be able to size yourself at home. Now, here's the thing. Personal shoppers, ask them about adjusting the size for you. That number is 888-835-2237, and they're standing by. Your budget pay right now, without the Live 25 savings, your budget pay right now is $720. When you drop this in your cart, and dropping it in your cart is the way of digital window shopping. So drop it in the cart, all right? Type in the code LIVE25 and watch your savings add up instantly. 25% is a huge amount. Your price goes from $35.99.99 to $26.99.99. That's a $900 savings, and it's reflected in the budget pay. Of course, the final price is the final price, so that saving shows up wherever. So if you're a once and done shopper and you're all in, that's okay. You still get that same savings. However, if you are a budget pay shopper, you still see that savings split up over each one of those 5 interest-free payments. So your budget pay goes from $720 down to $540. From $720 to $540. How much is it? $720 to $540. What is that? $180 on each budget pay, I believe. Incredible savings. And these are pieces too. You know, I've met some folks who have said, okay, you know what? I wasn't sure that I could afford that, but I'm so glad that I did because it worked out okay. It worked out fine. And we know we're always nervous too when you're looking at a luxury item, because deep down inside, you know, we've sort of been made to feel that, well, you really can't afford that. You really can't afford that. No, that's for the rich people. That's for the other people. That's for the red carpet people. Honey, red carpet not included. This is a red carpet moment. All right, $35.99.99. Live stream pricing drops the price down to $26.99. And again, that budget pay also comes with a full 30-day review period. And this also has an $8,200 appraisal. Appraisals are done by a third party, and they are a little bit conservative. And I know sometimes people will say, well, if this is your start price, where does the appraisal fit into that category? And after being in and around these types of situations for 4 decades now, let me give you something to think about when it comes to an appraisal. If you buy a car and it's a used car, you pay a modest price for it. Your insurance premium reflects exactly the price that you paid for the car. If you buy a new car, your insurance premium reflects the price of the new car. What am I saying? I'm saying you pay less for the item, your insurance is less. You pay more for an item, your insurance is more. So I really love that these are conservative appraisals. You are more than welcome to have them reappraised at any time, but keep in mind that the premium that you pay is also based on the value of the item itself. So understand the appraisal for what it is. If you needed to replace this, there's a type of insurance where your insurance company has to replace it with like kind. So there are all sorts of options out there. But have that conversation with your insurance agent. Buy whatever you think is the best for your scenario. But at $8,200, some would say that's a bit conservative. Okay, but I'm just going to say the appraisal date is November the 25th, November 25. A lot of folks on higher end pieces like this, more rare and exotic pieces, prefer to have the appraisals done or reviewed maybe once every 24 or 36 months. Do whatever suits you, but I'm sure that you will work it out with your insurance company. There is also, speaking of insurance, a wonderful plan that we have called Sure Shield. It's a 2-year, kind of like a 2-year warranty on the pieces themselves. So if you're concerned about any issue whatsoever, check out Sure Shield. It's waiting for you in the checkout process, as well as all the details. So we're going to move on to item number 3. My friends, thank you so much for joining us. You still have time to join us for Gem Fest, by the way. It's going to be 2 days. It's Friday this week. It's tomorrow and Saturday. And it is going to be a wild ride, my friends. There's always something to do. There are workshops. There are different experiences. There's going to be a fashion show. There's going to be an auction. There's going to be workshops. I'm going to host a workshop talk on Saturday that takes a look at some of our different brands and what are the differences in those, and why they're important as we look out over our entire audience. And bring pieces to the marketplace that are rich and elegant and sophisticated at every single price point. So lots of things happening at GemFest. No registration needed. You can simply roll on up to our home office here in Austin, Texas at 100 Michelangelo Way, and come on in and join the festivities. The merchandising team always has a wonderful knack for bringing in something brand new. I mean, the last GemFest, they surprised us with all sorts of brand new things. So there's some great shopping opportunities as well. Food trucks. It's a great way to come on down and enjoy the jewel of Central Texas right here in Austin, and have some fun with your fellow jewelry collectors and connoisseurs at GemFest. So more about that online at shoplc.com. And just like in our regular television side or any of our shopping mediums, every piece that's sold inspires us to donate a meal to a hungry kiddo. And we do that through two fantastic organizations. One is Akshaya Patra in India. The other is No Kid Hungry here in the U.S. And you all have reached a wonderful milestone so far. Just last week we announced the official 60 million meal mark. And globally with our shoppers here in the U.S., in Germany, and in the UK, over 160 million meals now to the good of bringing up the next generation, well-fed and educated as well. So thank you for helping us help those who really do need it. Okay, we're going to take you now to item number 3. This is also certified and appraised, and this is a Rhapsody piece as well. It will have Rhapsody stamped on it. It's in 950 platinum. The tanzanite in this case is incredibly remarkable. It is a 9x7, and it is almost 2 3/4 carats. It weighs in at 2.64 carats. It is surrounded by a beautiful diamond halo. It'll have Rhapsody 950 on the back side of the veil, which is right here. The veil is the little piece of hardware that allows this beautiful treasure to float on your neckline. It's absolutely stunning. But again, I told you at the beginning of the show, very elite, very sophisticated, very classic in that styling. There is nothing trendy about this. There is nothing in the moment. This is not something that's a flash in the pan. You are talking about lifetimes of someone in your family wearing this incredible jewel. I mean, look at that silhouette. You can see how gorgeous it is. And did you notice that it's not necessarily just straight, but there's a little bit of a curve in. It's almost got like a little hourglass effect to it. That's a sophisticated style. That's a design that is done, that little nuance of the sort of like just the hint of an hourglass in the middle, it softens the whole piece. It takes that octagonal emerald cut and gives it a little extra smoothness, a little extra softness to all of those angles that happen in that cut anyway. ShopLC price $35.99.99. By the way, it's 2.9 carats. So you've got about 30 points in EF, VS, Earth Mined diamonds. You've reached a level of rarity and collectability with those diamonds that are worth every penny. $35.99.99, the ShopLC price. The live stream price is going to take you down to $26.99.99. So your budget pay goes from $7.20 all the way down to $5.40. I'm rounding up a penny. Okay, it goes from $7.20 to $5.40. And if you're just joining us, you have locked in that savings on every single budget pay. And you've also secured a 30-day window to get this home. And it's listen, this is a substantial purchase. I get that. You know, I'm the first one on Friday that's going to say, do the buy all and grab a bunch of them and put these away in your gift pantry. These are very likely pieces that you are buying for yourself because you are a savvy, you are a gemstone connoisseur. You understand the nuance of value and this level of quality. Or maybe this is a dream piece. You've said to yourself for the longest time, if that little tiny bugaboo word, if, such a tiny word and such a big obstacle. If, when, those things that keep the carrot dangling out there. And we sort of say them to ourselves, half believing that they'll ever even happen. This is a dream come true show. This is a dream come true collection because of the affordability factor. $720 is the regular budget rate. It goes down to $540. Now $540, what is that, about $12 a day, I think. So if you open your budgeting app, and you know, budgeting apps are very common. They give you a snapshot right now of where you are with your money. You don't have to look or anticipate. If you've got your budget all set out, you already know that you're good to go. So let me just give you another way to look at this. 540. Hold on one second. 30. Yeah, $18 a day. Now, $18 a day, but consider something also. It's not $18 a day forever and ever and ever and ever, or for 60 payments, or for 48 payments, which is 5 years or 4 years or 3 years. No, this is an honest to goodness value on a genuine precious gemstone, on an exquisitely crafted and rendered piece, and you have a chance to pick it up and own it completely and outright, fully, with no extra interest between us, in 5 monthly payments that boil down to $18 a day. Your chain's included, by the way. That's amazing to me. Your chain is included. There's what it looks like. And on the neckline, let me just give you a measurement really quickly. On the neckline, from the top of the bail to the base of the stone, it's not a huge measurable size, but the impact is so grand. I mean, you've got about 3/4 of an inch. And the other thing about having it done in platinum, my friends, is you can feel the heft, you can feel the legacy, you can feel the rarity and the collectability on these pieces. Designed by our talented designers and artisans, crafted and rendered in 950 platinum. Every single piece is beautifully set. The halo around the side, those diamonds are all prong set, and they are kind of a French pavé, or a little bit of a scalloped edge as well. Built to be treasured, built to be collected, built to be all of that, and still perfect for an everyday wearable piece. Now, you also get an appraisal with this one. The appraisal sometimes is available on the item detail. So if it's there, you'll just click the appraisal, you can see it. This one appraises for $8,400. So 2.64 carats altogether. Altogether 2.9 carats, so almost 3 carats total. And by the way, the platinum is no slouch either. You've got a very heavy weight on the platinum, plus the platinum chain is included. My friends, this is shopping that, you know, I get it. There are many people who will say, hey, you know, that's just too good to be true. Nobody can do that. A few people can do it. A few companies can do it. A few companies that have the connections and the teams and the talent to get it all done under one roof. And so from that point, ShopLC is really an anomaly. I mean, you really don't find all of those factors under one roof in today's marketplace. We live in an age of specialization. Everybody wants to focus on one thing. No, I'm going to just do that part, and that's all I do. I only make sourdough bread, but I'd really like a lemon blueberry muffin, please. Nope, not my skill set. Can't do it. Don't. Okay. What you're looking at ShopLC is really a wonderful, modern, amazingly diverse group of people who are extremely talented in their level of specialization, and thankfully they share it with us at all times. Okay, now I'm going to show you this because it does not move. There's no swing, there's no dangle, there's nothing. This is basically an elongated stud style earring. It's kind of got this ribbon design. These are 950 platinum as well. This is going to be item number 4. All the information is down below, so you can go ahead and just make that connection and get yourself over to the ShopLC website and see the entire book. Now, here's what it looks like. I love that swirl of diamonds on one side. And let me just put this here so you can see that there is definitely a left. Well, you can see here. There's definitely a left and a right. So on one side, the diamonds sweep out. On the other side, so they're going to sweep in or sweep out, depending on how you choose to wear them. But the point is, the earrings themselves are mirror image, so they frame your face. Love it. In 950 platinum. And I'm going to show you the setting on this because this is another thing that I really have to brag about, so I hope you'll give me a moment. The mounting, the post on the back is threaded. Is that through, Caroline?
Yeah.
Okay. And so then you've got a post, you've got an earring back that has 2 layers. And it's slightly oversized as well, which means good dexterity and extra safety. Now, it's easy to kind of cheap out on the earring backs, and I'm just going to say that, because a lot of times when you have what's typically been called a screw back or a threaded post, there's a thing called push on and twist off. And it sounds kind of cute. Push on, twist off. But what it is basically a single level. So you have a threaded post and you literally force the earring back on just like you would a pressure sensitive back, a traditional earring back. And then when you take it off, you unscrew it. Now that presents a few problems. First of all, the earring back has to be a little flimsy to accomplish that. When you're going for a threaded post or a screw back earring, flimsy is not your friend. Okay, so you want something that is going to actually get the job done. And I've had a lot of people say, I don't know how you even put that on. Well, think about this, for example, for just a second. If you're using a standard butterfly back, okay, you don't have any problem finding the middle of that earring back. You know exactly where it sits, okay? This is the same thing. The hole is in the middle. On the butterfly back, the hole is in the middle. The only thing that changes is once you know that you're there, you're simply going to give it a little twist and you'll feel the threads attach themselves to the earring back. And then just simply screw it on and adjust it. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This back is more expensive to produce because it's not just one level. So a push-on, screw-off back is one level, just like a butterfly back. This has a little design at the top. You can see it there. It looks like a little arch. And that piece is also threaded. Okay, so we have doubled down on the safety and the security. Many of you have written in and said, listen, I love the screwbacks. If you're going to be traveling as well, and you want one stunning piece of jewelry, a screwback post is your best friend because you can literally just leave them in until you get home. And I mean that, but I mean that sincerely. You can put those on. You could put those on in the Uber on the way to the airport and not take them off until you get back home to your comfort level. And that's an important thing because if you're going to invest a little money in something, you want to be able to wear it and know that you're going to wear it beautifully. But I love that. So surprisingly easy to put on. Now let's talk about savings because these are also going to be very manageable on the price point. First of all, a ridiculous value on these. You have 2 tanzanites, each one of those, let's see, okay, so these are going to be 6mm rounds. So you're looking at the tanzanites that are going to weigh about 3/4. They're going to be a heavy 3/4 carat, so they're going to be anywhere from 70 to 80 points each. And then you've got that beautiful little swish of diamonds, which is so pretty. It looks like a little diamond ribbon accenting the both of those. Believe it or not, these are actually easier to put on your ear because you can feel them and you don't have to worry about this little skinny display. There we go. Okay. But when you're looking at those and you're thinking to yourself, oh my, you owe it to yourself to try them on. I mean, at least try them on. The everyday price here at Shop LC is $2,000, $1999.99. That's every day. And keep in mind, you've got 2 what would easily be considered top of the line solitaires by many retailers out there. You're going to see tanzanite now in this color in fewer and fewer places. In fact, that's been happening over the last 5 or 6 years because the mine is now closed off from regular traffic, and you just don't see those. You've got a double prong setting on these, which is just that extra little bit. You've got double prongs on each of the 4 corners, and they're set in 950 platinum. Now, your total carat weight here is 2.51 carats, and of course, most of that beautiful weight is that incredible tanzanite blue. Everyday price $1999.99 in 950 platinum. When you type in live 25, this is item 4, by the way. Type in item 5, type in live 25, and your price goes from $19.99.99 down to $14.99.99 in platinum with colorless VS diamonds. Now, trying to buy just one of those, I wish I could do marketplace comparisons, which I can't for a variety of reasons in this particular environment, but a 3/4 carat quad A tanzanite, you don't buy one of those for $14.99 in platinum with EVS diamonds. This is, for my history of looking at the pricing and the quality and the craftsmanship on these, this is basically buy one, get one. I mean, you're basically buying what in many places is going to be a single solitaire. Yeah, and you're getting two of those. Beautiful color, exquisite color. The blue, the purple, the pink, the dynamic pleochrism that is part and parcel of what makes tanzanite such a magical stone is right there in front of you, my friends. 30-day money back guarantee. Your budget pay goes from $400 all the way down to $300, and it's an incredible opportunity right here, right now. All right, moving on to item number 5. We got a few more tanzanite pieces, but we also have a pot barrage de sapphire. We also have an aqua, oh my gosh, a mint tourmaline. We also have some lagoon tourmaline. We've got, of course, we've got emerald and the Savarite garnet beads. We've got an Orofino rubellite as well. So many, many, the cashmere kyanite. Oh my gosh, and that beautiful pendant. Okay, we're gonna get you through every single one of these pieces. And I believe this might be the last piece we have now in the tanzanite collection. So my friends, remember, it's easy to grab these. The only one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to get is a very limited quantity on every single one of these. So this is not a collection that you want to snooze on. You want to make sure that you're getting in on these as quickly and as soon as you can, because these are, for all intents and purposes, you've got a designer on speed dial. All right, the next one coming up is item 5, and it is a 950 platinum EF color on the diamonds. This is the Royal Crown ring, 1.85 carats total, and it is an eye-popping, gorgeous piece. Now, you've got baguettes on either side. You have that traditional diamond halo all the way around the top, and then down the shoulders, beneath the extra baguette on the side, you have those beautiful little stair-step diamonds. And if you notice, the prongs are finished off with almost kind of a traditional claw design, so you have this beautiful sort of pointed design on the prongs, sort of a harkening back to a time when you may have seen this produced in the 1920s, for example. So this has got almost very much of an art deco kind of look and feel to it. It's very edgy and very angular with the baguettes and the prong design being the finished pointed pieces. Everyday low price on this one is $3,999. The Shop LC price right now for our live stream viewers, and my inventory is telling me that we have 20 to go around in 950 platinum. Get your size while you can. I can't get this on my hand, but I really do want to. All right, my friends. Your price will save you 25%, and your budget pay goes from $800 to $600. That's a $1,000 savings from $39.99.99 down to $29.99.99, and your budget pay. Is that rain?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Okay, it's raining. It's raining. It's pouring. It's raining tanzanites, babies. You got to get it while you can. And your budget pay at $800 goes for $800 to $600. Again, that's going to be about $20 a day. And I'm giving you the per day on that so that you can go back and look at your budget. If you're using a budgeting app, you'll appreciate knowing that daily total. I'm not the only person who looks at my budgeting app all the time. Just want to make sure everything's growing and getting invested and everything's getting paid on time. Nobody needs no late charges. And nobody likes interest. There's no interest on that budget pay. That is an incredible deal. And please, my friends, do not buy into the hype that you have to spend 3 months' salary to get something fantastic. You do not. Shop LC on your side? Oh my God! Oh no, babies, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right, we're gonna move on to item number 6, and this one is interesting because this is the only item in the show that is just a chain. But we thought we'd bring you a platinum chain anyway. This one is 20 inches. It's a classic rope chain, and it's 4.7 grams. Now, if you put 4.7 grams of platinum in one hand, and you put 4.7 grams of silver or gold or marshmallows. And the other hand, guess what? They're going to feel different because platinum has a certain density to it. It's got a little oomph to it. It's tough. Love it. Very substantial, honestly. Finish off with a platinum lobster claw clasp. I don't even know where you go to buy that in today's world, but here's the point that you need to understand. There are 16 of these. Oh my gosh. Okay, regular price on this is $1,200 and it's 4.7 grams. Okay, the math on that just blew me away. 25%. Type in live 25. This is item 6. Type in live 25 in the shopping cart. Your price goes from $11.99.99 to $8.99. Wow, that is crazy good. Are we sure about that? Okay, we're gonna go with it. Your budget pay goes from $240 to $179.99. From $240 to $180. Let me just put it like that. From $240 to $180. That's a $60 savings on every single budget pay. From $1,200 to $900. That is my kind of bargain, y'all. And a platinum chain doesn't tarnish. It's not going to tarnish. Platinum just wears differently. It's a very, very durable material, and of the precious metals, in fact, of all the metals, the platinum metals group is one of the most skin friendly out there. So if you have been plagued by, some people are allergic to gold, or the alloy that's in gold, or sterling silver, you know, everything, there's so many possibilities. You go with platinum and it's going to be the skin friendliest piece. Does it cost more? Yes, it does. It's about 30 times more rare than gold. It goes through multiple layers of physical and chemical refinement and heat refinement to get it down to the pure ore that we can work with. And after all that's said and done, this one is 950 parts to the 1,000 platinum. It's a very rich, high concentration of metal. If you were to look at how 22 karat gold wears versus 950 platinum, you would choose, just based on wearability, you would choose platinum every time, every single time, because it's super strong. It's the superhero. It's the Incredible Hulk of precious metals. And I'm saying that with all due respect. All right, item number 7 is coming up next. Now, we're going to get you into the Think Pinks, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, if you look up, can you, John, are you busy? Are you busy right now?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's Princess Eugenie that wears a Podparaja as her engagement ring. And honestly, it's not a very big one. And you would think, well, royal, it's got to be big. And I think it's, if I'm certain, you know what, I can look it up. I think if my memory serves me right, it's less than 3 carats. So it's somewhere between 2 and 3 carats. And I'm not even going to look it up. You can do that, okay? I'm going to tell you why you need to get this, because first of all, I just turned into one ginormous goosebump right now. There are 3 of these, and in platinum, that is perfection. Oh my goodness, guys. Now this goes through a beryllium treatment. It's got a gorgeous color, and it's that peachy pink color that is the trademark of Podparaja. Podparaja, I don't say this very often because you can't say it very often, but for this color, for this stone, there is nothing else in the world of gemstones like this. This is a once in a lifetime color. It's a once in the mineral kingdom for gemstones with that beautiful color. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Decked out with diamonds. She is so pretty, and she's really waiting to come to your house and live on your hand forever and always, for generations and generations. Free shipping on all of these too, by the way. My inventory sheet says 3. I see online it says that it's currently sold out, which means there may be some in transit. So reach out to your personal shopping team right now, 888-835-2237, and ask them about this. Tell them you want it in whatever size you need, and see how quickly they can get this out to you. Your budget pay goes from $640 down to $480. An incredible deal on this one. This is set in 950 platinum, and that center stone is absolutely gorgeous. This is item number 7. All you do is you're going to type in, you're just going to click the link below. Everything's pinned for you already. And that Podparaja sapphire is gorgeous, surrounded by rare earth mine diamonds, E2F in color, so they are colorless, and VS2 on the diamonds. Now, when I saw it here, I've been looking at this, it's been kind of twinkling at me from my right eye, you know, for the entirety of the show. I spy with my little eye one pink treasure. But it makes a statement, y'all. And honestly, I did not No, the carat weight of this altogether, the sapphire and the diamonds are 1.1. I would have guessed closer to 2 carats total, but that's one of the things about pear shape. And then you look at the style and the design. It's all about the presentation, right? And this is just beautiful, very, very handy. And I mean, next to diamond, pink is one of the most requested colors as an alternative color for an engagement ring. So this is absolutely spot on. And it's a sapphire, so it's going to be very, very sturdy. Oh my gosh, what a gorgeous color. Okay. All right, now, by the way, that one is going to come certified and appraised. Just for the sake of appraisal, I'll tell you that it's $9,000, 41 points of diamonds, and 70 points. I'm pretty sure that you can't even read that, but I'll say check on the website for that. But that comes right along with it. It's a $9,000. Caroline, can you see that? It's backwards too, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I can see it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. If you squint.
Yeah, if you squint.
Don't squint. Just go to the website. Better than that. I mean, just get it home. These are the pieces, really and truly, that you should get home because they are so unique and so rare, so once in a lifetime. These are the pieces that you get home because they really do deserve a close inspection. And listen, I get it. You won't get, I'm not silly. You may get 1 or 2 of these home. I don't know your circumstance. You might get a few of these home. But the point is, get them home and get them in your hand. Allow yourself to connect your vision with the piece, and it will be a game changer. All right, it will be a game changer. The other part about this is, my friends, when you're considering a more important piece like this, you want to be able to have the piece in your hand. You want to be able to experience that certain. You can't even put your name on it. You want to be able to experience that firsthand. You want to be able to see what you're buying, okay? And this is the way to do it. You've got a full 30-day review cycle on this. Okay, we're going to be moving on. This one, that was item number 7. Man, it says 3 only, so first come, first serve on those. If you're lucky enough to grab any of these, please, if you're not already, go to the Shop LC VIP page on Facebook and post a selfie of yourself wearing these because they literally are just incredible treasures. Incredible treasures. Okay. Now, coming up next, this is a Gem Hunter special. Did somebody say Gem Hunter? Okay, AKA Tony Denise. There are a few colors in the world of tourmaline, specifically tourmaline, that are legendary. I mean, legendary. And this is one of them. You may have heard of Paraíba tourmaline. And it's a stunning tourmaline that was never discovered until the late 1980s. And boy, I'll tell you, when it showed up massive. It's a color because of copper in the crystal structure. It's a color in tourmaline that's super light, it's super open, it's super airy, and it was almost glowing. It just had that look. It was very reminiscent of the old Vivid Blue mouthwash. And so sometimes they would call them minty green, or they would call them minty blue, in reference to that color, that neon color of that product, that mouthwash product. So Paraíba tourmaline, very, very much, very heavy on the blue side of the color scale, with a little bit of undertone of kind of a little bit of a green, just to give it enough of that electricity color. This is so unusual because you're getting that beautiful, intense, minty color, but in this case, there is no blue. There is no blue to this at all. It is just this amazing, gorgeous mint tourmaline. And the Archeana blues, the Archeana greens are definitely making a name for themselves in the world of rare exotic collectibles. Now this one is in 950 platinum. The carat weight on that center tourmaline is 1.25 carats, 1.25 carats. And it is green, it is gorgeous. And this is a very challenging color. When you're talking about this kind of color in a gemstone, this is a color that has to be cut beautifully, perfectly. Otherwise, you don't get this incredible display. It's fiery and it's beautiful and it's intense and it's very, very clean. I'm going to do it this way so you can see what it looks like just in this mounting. Okay. This is going to be this is actually item 8 So check this out at the lookbook, the photo album at Shop LC, and just absolutely gorgeous. In 14 years now of being at Shop LC, first time that we've ever had this one. Not every gemstone is available from every mine all the time, everywhere. That's not how it works. Mother Nature cooks in a very messy kitchen. She does a little batch of this there, a little batch of there, then she forgets that she hides something else over there. And if we're lucky enough to find them, oh my gosh. Appraisal on this is $8,750. Oh my gosh, 33 points of diamonds. And the diamonds, when we're talking about this brand, the Shop LC Rhapsody, the diamonds are always going to be EF, they're always going to be colorless, and they're always going to be VS in clarity. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I mean, that little saying, dynamite comes in small packages. The green is absolutely exotic. It's got a certain sort of neon glow to it, a neon gleam. All right, we've got about 11 of those in the Gem Hunter collection. Thank you, Tony Denise, for bringing those to us. Absolutely incredible. Your budget pay goes from $670 down to $502.50. So your final price is $2512.99, all the way down from $33.49. So an incredible savings. I do not currently know a luxury retailer that is able to get their hands on this particular color and variety of tourmaline. So it's an amazingly exotic treasure. And again, it's one of those things where, you know, when you're talking about buying things like this, you're automatically, I feel like you're automatically anticipating what's the lifespan of this across my family tree. This is something that you will buy for yourself, you will wear for yourself, you'll enjoy for yourself, but you will also wear it with an eye to the future, passing it on. You're thinking about legacy when you're talking about things like this, and rightfully so. But these are definitely pieces that are made to be worn every single day. They're beautifully crafted, they're incredibly strong. It just so happens that they're incredibly beautiful, and they're all a tremendous value. So my friends, the live stream personal shopping number is 888-835-2237, and they are there to help you out if you need a particular item, if you need more clarification, if you want to talk about sizing. Please reach out to them because most of these are single-digit items. 888-835-2237. Item number 8 is a Cambodian blue zircon. Now, when we're talking about the world of zircon, this is a color that almost never shows up. This has the color saturation of a London blue topaz. It has the neon flash that you would get from neon apatite. And at the same time, because it's a zircon, it's got over the limit refraction. So it's going to sparkle like a diamond. It's going to have the neon attributes of neon apatite, and it's going to have the intensity and the depth of color of a London blue topaz, all in one stone. All in one stone. I'm going to hold this one back so that you can see her. The personality is amazing. This is a size that is absolutely rare and exotic. When you're going to get this home, understand that this is not something that is easily replaceable ever. Now, zircon with that sparkle, many people will look at that, and hear me when I say this because this is going to sound a little audacious. More people know about the Blue Hope diamond than they do about this color of blue zircon. This color of blue zircon is incredibly rare. Zircon, we use them all the time as accent stones. They're a very reliable gemstone, earth mined, in white or even champagne color. They're stunning. They look so much like a diamond. Very different price point as well. But now you've crossed over to the rarity scale on this, and that size and the intensity of that color just blow this out of the water. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Your price on this, normally at Shop LC, is $4,199, $41.99.99. I can't even believe this is available for live stream. Oh, okay, we have three of these, and that's it. The budget pay And it sounds astonishing to me to say that we've got this on budget pay, because we're going to send it out when you make your first payment. And then there is no interest, and we simply wait to get your extra payment for those 4 subsequent months. No interest, no carrying charges, no qualifying. And this is not a Shop LC credit card. So it's a very, very unnervingly straightforward process so that you can actually get this home. Your budget pay is $840. When you type in Live 25 in the shopping cart, your budget pay goes to $630, from $840 to $630. That's a $210 savings on every single budget pay. Some places will say, gosh, your phone, you get this phone, you buy this today, and there's an introductory offer for the first whatever payment, so a few here and there. We're going to give you a lower price, and then we're going to suck it to you again with that big deal. That's not how this is. Budget pay is very straightforward, very reliable. Type in Live 25, and you've just reserved the live stream savings on every single one of the budget pays as well. So it's a wonderful process. That color, again, we're bringing you colors, including the tanzanite. Colors in this collection are absolutely world class. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. And that's a wonderful oval. Just really beautiful. This is a solitaire, so there are no accent stones here. And the stone itself is, let me see, hold on. What's the carat weight of the stone? Is it 8 carats?
Yeah.
It's an 8 carat rarity. 8 carats. And by the way, the platinum is going to be over 6 grams. Over 6 grams of 950 platinum. And you're taking all that home for 5 interest-free payments of $630. Please, if you're thinking, before you dismiss any of these and say no, and the only reason I keep saying that is because I've done that in the past. I said, oh my gosh, I can't afford that. You know what? That's just narrow-minded thinking. You owe it to yourself. If you are a treasure collector, if you are a treasure seeker, if you're a value shopper, you really owe it to yourself to see how much you can save in this marketplace, because our fundamental values of giving you an amazing opportunity, giving you rare exotic collectibles, our fundamental value of delivering joy is exactly the same in this price point as it is in any other piece we would give you. I get just as excited about these because the stones themselves are rare and exotic, yes, but because the value proposition is so consistent all the way through at Shop LC. You owe it to yourself to at least replace no. If you say no, just get rid of no and you say, tell me more. Or if you get rid of the no and you say, I'm going to check that out. Or what if? Because this is one place I can tell you from experience that it pays to daydream, because you will be surprised how often daydreams become everyday realities. The personal shopper team is at 888-835-2237. And remember, the live stream shows always offer 25%. The caveat is it's a time-sensitive offering, and very often, like in this show as well, there are very, very limited items. We're not talking about thousands and thousands. We're talking about very limited stock, very limited quantity, and some pretty exclusive pricing. So try to have that conversation with the personal shopper. 888-835-2237. All right, we're going to be, we've got a lot coming up in the remainder of this hour. The next live stream is coming up at 6 p.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
6 p.m. So the live streams happen at 10 to 6 and 10 to 6 and 8. 10 to 6 and 8 Monday.
And 8 a.m.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. We've got it. I was going to say, well, I thought there were 5. 8 and 10 a.m. to 6 and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. And you can go back and check out the previous shows at shoplc.com. You can share the shows. You can like and follow. And at any point, I'm serious, put it on speed dial, 888-835-2237. This is one of my all-time favorites, and it's because of the cut on that center stone. I mean, is that some kind of edgy or what? Absolutely beautiful. This was a tiny, tiny, tiny parcel of stones. In order for a stone to have this cut, it has to start out as a very unusual rough crystal. The gemstone cutter, Tony and his crew, will take a look at the crystal and they just have an understanding of decades of doing what they do so beautifully. They have an understanding of how to maximize the beauty in each individual crystal. When you're looking at stones like this, each one of these beautiful pear shapes is a treasure all on its own. Now, the center stone, I mean, just so elegant. The center stone, they're going to average about 1 3/4 carats. But when it says, you know, when it will say free when it talks about the size, because these are not calibrated sizes. This is a situation where the gemstone cutter is so much more than just somebody who throws facets on a stone. This is a person who, they understand the nuance of what's the shape of the crystal. How do you maximize the crystal shape to give you the most beautiful gemstone in the finished piece? And oh my gosh, they just do such a gorgeous job with those. And the bottom line is, I mean, it's an edgy piece. But you would look at that and think that it's a lot bigger than a carat 75. That stone in the center is a little under 2 carats when you actually physically measure it. So that's remarkable that you get that kind of presentation. Now here's another level of remarkability, okay? You've got 55 points of diamonds, so half a carat of colorless VS diamonds, and it's all set in 950 platinum. The platinum is going to weigh in at about, let me see. The platinum, I'm looking for the gram weight of the platinum, 2.3 carats total and 46 diamonds. I'm going to say that the platinum there is between 4 to 6 grams, depending on the size that you get. Now, word to the wise, very limited. We have we have 14 of these, okay, so a very, very exquisite parcel. And the Lagoon tourmaline is really different. It's a little bit different. It's a sister of indicolite, but the indicolite tends to lean a little bit more towards the bluish color, and tourmaline is such an amazing gemstone because it's not just one color. I mean, tourmaline is, it's got to be several colors. It's got to be several nuances of colors. These are going to lean a little bit more towards almost a teal color. So, but you get a clarity and a saturation on these that are just gorgeous. These will be stamped with the Rhapsody R on the undergallery in 950 platinum. If you were going to walk into a gallery and you saw this just by itself, it would catch your eye instantly. So to think that you can just get one of those is, it's just outstanding. And it's the kind of stone also that you would see as a designer piece, maybe just this piece in the showcase, maybe a few chunks of unpolished tourmaline for the effect. But here's the thing, if you were going to look at this at a luxury retailer because of the unusual shape and color of that stone, expect that to be about, I'm going to guess, from anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000, depending on the shape, depending on the store, okay, depending on the store, and because that's how it happens, my friends, or depending on the dealer. Because you know what, this is not the thing that you can just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I'm looking at a, if you didn't see this and I'm just telling you about it, oh, I've got a pear shape and it's a carat and a half or carat 75 just in the tourmaline, and it's kind of a teal color. That tells you nothing about this stone. I mean, those are just words, okay? Those are just words that are trying to describe that treasure. That is a treasure. That is a treasure. All right. As it is, the everyday Shop LC price is $39.99.99. That's an $800 budget pay. When you type in Live 25, your budget pay goes down to $599.99. So it goes from $800 to $600. That's a $1,000 savings because you get that $200 savings on each one of those budget pays. Remarkable and unrepeatable. Unrepeatable. This parcel of stones cut in this shape is so unique and it's so rare that you will never see this done again. So I really want to encourage you to jump in and get this while you can, because it is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. All right, there are, how many of those? There are only 14. Now, here's what I got to tell you. Oh, by the way, appraisal comes right along with it. $11,750. $11,750. That's telling you a little bit about the level of rarity of this gorgeous piece. Okay, now we've got a few of the pieces that we actually set apart and added to a pendant. Okay, so the ring is item 10, the pendant is item 11, and your platinum chain is included. So you also have a lagoon tourmaline, and these are really, really stunning pieces, and I want you to look at how the color matches. That is such a challenge for anybody that's bringing you a collection of tourmalines, because tourmalines do not like to be matched. They are very, very individualistic pieces. They do not. They are very challenging to match. You've got about 2 carats altogether, so you've got definitely have the sister to the ring, and it's gorgeous. The pendant is $37.49.99. And the $9.50 platinum on this makes it a forever and always treasure. Your budget pay goes from $7.50 down to $562.49. So again, you get that 25% savings. When you type in Live 25, you get that 25% savings instantly, and no questions asked on the budget pay. It's a big purchase if you wanted to do one of the other, but it's also a once in a lifetime opportunity. We will probably never get these cut again. If you get one or the other and you wanted to somewhere in the future get the stone to match, it's going to be an expensive proposition. First of all, you have to find the rough that will produce this final finished piece. Then you have to have somebody who understands the facet pattern, the facet arrangement, the nature of tourmaline. So it's a very, very interesting point that you want to stop and think to yourself, okay, maybe I want to think about doing both, because this is one of those pieces, this is one of those times when you will look back on it every time you glance down at your hand, every time you put your hand against your décolleté and you feel this lovely piece resting there. Your reaction will probably be over and over and over, I'm so glad that I did that. It was a little scary, not the thing that I was just randomly planning to do on a Thursday afternoon in July, but the opportunity was there, and I really do believe I was in the right place at the right time, which I have to say I think you are as well. So an amazing opportunity. Now, is there anything else that goes along with this one, Caroline?
No.
Okay. All right, so
Unfortunately not.
Okay, so no earrings. So we've got the 2 pieces, and that is the...
There's no bundle on this one, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, that's okay. No worries. And I don't know if we have an appraisal on the pendant. I think not. But that's okay. If you wanted to get an appraisal, I would say talk to the personal shopping team, 888-835-2237. But a really exquisite opportunity. Oh, there is an appraisal. Okay, what is the appraisal?
Can you read that?
9,100. Why do I feel like I just had an eye exam? $9,100 on the appraisal, and look at just lifetimes of elegance and sophistication. The halo on those, my friends, the halo is set out with those beautiful earth mine baguettes, and I can tell you that is a big challenge when you're starting to match those baguettes, because they require a lot of skill. It's a combination of baguettes and rounds. You've got baguettes in the center, and then you've got rounds on the crown and the foot, and they are just beautiful. Similar, same setting on the ring as on the pendant. All right, that one is item 11. We're going to head on now into item 12. Another beautiful mint tourmaline. And let me see. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I apologize, Caroline. The appraisal is right here. You had it set out for me, and I just didn't see it.
Oh, no worries.
Sorry about that. All right, here we go. All right, this is another one that is just, the mint tourmalines now are just really, really gorgeous. And this one is quite large, actually. I'm stunned to see this. The thing that takes your breath away about these, I hope, is not only the color, but just the sheer size of these. You know, the Paraíba tourmalines that we bring to you in today's world, there is such a demand. I remember when I was a gemology student back in the 1980s or so, I had the opportunity to buy a Paraíba tourmaline for about $100 a carat. And at the time I said, oh gosh, I'm a starving student, work student budget, gotta, buy the mac and cheese and do the thing. And I said, no, I'm not going to buy it. I regret that big time to this day, because now I know, as an older person, I know if I would have just thought about creatively moving this to that, I know I could have done it easily. But you can't go back in time. You can't rewind and redo. You can only hope that you learn from those moments. And hopefully I have, which is why I'm always just so insistent that you at least get it home, especially in this category. Because I know these are very, very exclusive stones. These come to us in extremely small parcels. And once they are done, they are retired. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Now, this tourmaline is 9x7. It's a beautiful oval brilliant. There's some extra faceting on the pavilion as well. You can see how stunningly brilliant and feisty that color is. There's a brilliance and sparkle that's coming off of that tourmaline that is take your breath away brilliant. The tourmaline weighs in at 2.02 carats. So just over 2 carats. It says on the card, eye clean and excellent cut. But again, what is a word? I mean, it says excellent cut. But until you experience what it's like to see a stone that it has excellent cut, you really don't know what that means. You don't know where the corners are. What does this room look like? I mean, what it does is it allows that beautiful, beautiful sort of minty neon green to really dazzle. I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful dazzling stone. 3 reviews on this one, and they are all 5 stars. That's remarkable. To know that we can do this 3 times and do it perfectly, 5 stars, that in and of itself is remarkable. And stunning piece. Beautiful soft color, really clean stone, would be a knockout combination with 4A Saturite. Oh my gosh, yes. Karen says, unbelievably beautiful. Thank you, Jim Hunter and Shop LC. Thank you so much. What did Margot? Oh, that was Margot. Oh, is there one more? Let's see. Love this Rhapsody treasure, really beautiful. And that was from George right here. Right, they're all verified purchases, by the way. Now, okay. Oof. Let's just get right to the price, because I can't believe this is such an incredible deal. Whew, okay. Item 12. And unfortunately, we have 10. Or fortunately for 10, and unfortunately for the rest of the world, we have 10 of these gorgeous treasures. But that color, oh my gosh. There are extra facets, my friends, all on the pavilion of this. I mean, you've got this amazing sort of, it's just a flame pattern on the undergallery. And the color itself is saturated through the entire stone. The sparkle shows up across the entire stone. 2 carats is a very substantial size when you're talking about this level of rarity. And also, you have to remember the colored stones, each one has its own potentiality. So not every stone is like a blue topaz, or it's really large. This is not a stone that ever shows up in really, really big pieces. So 2 carats, that is a collector's dream deal. Let's talk about a collector's dream price. If you walked in to a store that features a blue box or a red box or a golden box or any of the colors that are the instant branding of those luxury pieces, and you saw this for 30 grand, you would know immediately, oh yeah, well, never seen it, never heard of it, because these are really kind of right now a ground floor opportunity. Your price on this at Shop LC is $39.99.99, which gets you to a budget pay of $800. But for the next 47 hours and ticking, there's a live 25 savings on this. Type in live 25 for item 12, and your budget pay goes from $800 to an instant savings of 25%. Now keep in mind, this one also has the appraisal and the grading report that comes with it, the certificate. The appraised value is $11,400. The Shop LC price goes from $29.99.99. You're going to save 25% on that. So let's make sure we do the math for you. 25% is no small amount, my friends. That's an incredible amount. $39.99.99. Once we show that 25% savings, goes down to $29.99.99, and your budget pay goes from $800 to $600. That's a $1,000 savings and you have locked in that savings, that $200 savings on every single one of those 5 budget pays. And the end result is, after 5 payments, you own it forever and always. You will wear this piece all the time. You will wear this piece and you will get the compliments that you deserve, that this piece deserves, all the time, because it is a stunningly rare, exotic, and unique item. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is just so gorgeous. Okay. Item 12. Again, the appraisal and the grading report comes right along with it. This is the thing that you stash away in the safety deposit box. And you know, the other thing too, if you're a grandma or an auntie, or you're thinking, you know, I'd like to leave a little something special. You can leave cash, or you know, you can leave anything you want to anybody anytime. But for those of you who think differently, you look at value and you look at wealth differently, these are things that hang on to that wealth. These are things that hang on to that value. They've been considered forms of portable wealth forever, because that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. Okay, that's item 12. We're going to move on to item 13. And this is a favorite. Orofino rubellite is just a stunning material. Now, the Orofino mine in the world of tourmaline is kind of like the Argyle mine was for pink diamonds. You know, until the Orofino mine came along, you didn't see a lot of rich, crisp intensity in the color of what we would call pink tourmalines. And they range in color from kind of a, not a ballerina pink, but sort of a nude pink, a nude blush, all the way to the end like this. And when you're talking Orofino, oh my gosh, that color is absolutely gorgeous. Now, rubellite is named rubellite because I think when it was first discovered, many people would confuse it with a ruby. I love these because they have a little bit of kind of a sun-kissed pink color. So there's always a little bit of warmth to these colors, and they are just stunning. But rubellite is the color in tourmaline that's going to match the intensity and the similarity of color to ruby, and that's why it's called rubellite, as an homage to ruby. It's not going to look exactly like a ruby because it's got an entirely different draw. It's got a beautiful color, and there's a lot more variety or range of colors in rubellite. So from a collector standpoint, you almost never reach maximum opportunity because each stone is just so beautifully independent in its color palette. It's going to be a little pink, it's going to be a little bit red, but it's got a little bit of that tan sort of blushy color to it as well. So they're really gorgeous. Okay, this one is E to F color on your diamonds. Okay, and these are Earth Mine diamonds. VS clarity, that's consistent. That is a constant when we're talking about the Rhapsody collection here at Shop LC. 2.5 carats total. The tourmaline itself is definitely the diva of the show. And let's see, 1.5. Oh, those are baguettes. Okay, can you scroll back up just a little bit for the tourmaline? Oh, perfect, thank you. The rubellite weighs in at 2.4 carats. It's 9 by 7, and it's got this beautiful sort of pinky red color that is, look at that color. It's just absolutely stunning. Quad A. Now, I'll tell you about this stone, okay? I own a rubellite that I've owned for, in a set in a piece, set in a ring. I've owned it for, gosh, I would say 35 years. And I had to have some work done on the side stones. It's also set in platinum. The center stone broke. The center stone broke. It took me over a year, and this is before Shop LC, mind you. It took me over a year to find a replacement for it. A year. These are so rare. I mean, I know we talk about rubies, and rubies are rare, but when you're talking about tourmalines, my friend, they're extremely individual. Each one of them has its own color nuance, its color palette. So to bring you a parcel that has this level of wow factor is just stunning. $760 would be your regular budget pay. With the live stream discount, the extra savings will earn you a 25% savings right now. Your budget pay goes from $760 to $570. $760 to $570. That's an instant savings right now, and that savings is reflected in every single one of those budget pays. This is item 13. It's in Rhapsody. There's one more look at it, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous material. There's just no color palette. There's just no color palette like that incredible tourmaline, that Rubelite tourmaline. Okay, my friends, it goes from $37.99 in the final price to $28.49, but keep in mind that the budget pay goes from $760 to $570. I'm rounding up a penny for simple math, $570. Oh my gosh, what an absolute deep dive into the Rhapsody collections. And you know, if you were watching the show over on the television side of Shop LC, I don't think we've ever done a Rhapsody show. I don't think we've ever done a 2-hour Rhapsody show. I mean, I don't know why, because these are all such incredible values. Maybe we should think about doing that, but you have really an opportunity just in this 2 hours to look at and consider owning the creme de la creme. That's incredible. All right, in that collection, there are 16 pieces left, and I hope that you will be just absolutely wowed by that color. Your first payment will start the process rolling. We'll pick it, we'll pack it, we'll ship it. It'll be on your doorstep in the blink of an eye. And if you have questions about the payment plan or the shipping or the sizing, and by the way, am I seeing that this is available in 3 different metals?
Yes, you are.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you've got it available in
Looks like,
oh, 18 karat rose gold?
and they're different quality of
Wow. Okay, now you've got some options. So for sure, get yourself over to Shop LC. That's going to be item 13. You have some options on that, my friends. Ooh, that is definitely worth taking a look at. So again, the budget pay goes from $760 to $569. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, it's time for you to make it happen, y'all. You just have to make that happen. All right. We've got emeralds coming up, and they're the only emeralds in the show. Gonna have to get a little helper here. The only emeralds in the show, and it just so happens that it's not half a carat or it's 50 carats. I can't even believe that I've been wearing 50 carats of emeralds. And these are Kajim Zambian emeralds. There's something really, really special. Oh, it's got a little piece of paper there. Okay. It's got a little piece of paper there. A little bit of the tag. Now, the Kajim Zambian emeralds are just absolutely amazing. I'm sorry for my bad eyeballs, y'all. Bad eyeballs. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get some help. There's a little piece of the tag there, and I keep grabbing the tag. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Look, but listen. What a picture. I mean, goodness gracious. That is an absolutely stunning piece. And when you look at that color, oh my word, is that gorgeous. Now, these are very slightly graduated, and the thing about these is that they are all beautiful little rondelles. So there's no faceting on this whatsoever. You got it?
No.
Oh, okay, hold on. I got a piece of the tag stuck in there.
Just a stubborn piece of tag.
It's a stubborn piece of paper. I'm just gonna allow you to look at that gorgeous piece. And you know what? I'm just leave them on. That's fine. I'm not even gonna take them off. And the other one is Savarite Garnet. We're gonna be doing this one a little bit as well. And I just could not wait. Now I'll tell you something. Green is the favorite color of mine. So I just am just like all in on these colors. But the thing about the Kajim Zambian emeralds, emeralds have been around for a long time. We know from ancient texts that Cleopatra loved emeralds. We've seen them written about by many ancient authors who talk about emeralds. But there's just something so goosebumpy about wearing 50 carats draped around your neckline. Oh, yes. Emerald is a type 3 stone. What does that mean for you as a consumer? For me as a consumer, it means that emeralds are not afraid to reveal themselves. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately because we've sort of been trained to think that inclusions are a bad thing. I disagree with that. Inclusions are the brushstroke of the master. Inclusions are the signature of Mother Nature They're the DNA. They're the fingerprint that Mother Nature kisses and blesses each one of these gemstones with. They're amazing treasures. And emerald, as a type 3 stone, I'm looking at this, emeralds tend to almost always have eye visible inclusions. You can look at some of the most expensive emeralds on the planet, and guess what? You are going to see a little something something in there. It's very few. I mean, the emeralds that I know of that have 0 eye visible inclusions, I can maybe the Rockefeller emerald doesn't have any eye visible inclusions, but the thing that I love about them is that inclusion visibility. You know why? It just makes it real. It's signed by the artist. It's kissed by the miracle of Mother Nature. But to have 50 carats in one place on your neckline, oh my goodness gracious. Now, 18 inches, so find your collarbone, and 2 inches is going to be about where it goes, okay, right there. Estimated retail on this is about $22,000. $22,000. The Shop LC price is $4,699. $46.99.99. Your budget pay as it stands as an everyday value is at $940. And some, I've had somebody say, well, if a person can afford that, why would they put it on budget pay? Money management. You make one payment and then you pay it off. You make one payment, you pay one payment, you pay it off. You don't carry a balance. We're carrying the balance for you interest free. So we're giving you an extra money management tool for an heirloom quality piece like this, a legacy piece like this. Gosh. All right, your budget pay is $940. Now, $46.99. I think that's wrong. So $46.99. What is the 25%? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on, wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Okay.
Does that look right? Sorry.
I mean, no, it doesn't look right. That looks wonderful. It does. It looks so right. Oh my gosh. I asked Carolyn to redo the money because I thought there was a little boo-boo there. I thought that's too low, but she redid it. And guess what? It's still that low price. Okay. We have 6 of these. Zambian emeralds and Ethiopia, any emeralds that have been coming out of Africa. Africa's only been producing emeralds for consumers to own just for only about 30 or 40 years. So these are really kind of the new kids on the block in emeralds. If you think emeralds, you still probably think South America. You think Colombia, Brazil, you think the Minas Gerais area. But there have been some stunning emeralds coming out of Africa lately, and I will tell you that if you are a collector or connoisseur, you will do yourself a big favor by also turning your attention to this amazing variety of emerald. First of all, the color is gorgeous, and they have a little bit of a different color palette. Some people describe them as having a little bit cooler tone. You know, Colombian emeralds or South African emeralds, some people say they're really hot emeralds. And that just means that there's a little bit of a secondary sort of golden glow mixed with the green. That's the color palette. African emeralds are a little bit different. They're a little bit cool because the secondary color that shows up is blue. Look at that color. I'm going to try this one more time, Caroline. Now, here's the thing. When we only have 6 of something, that tells you right away that these are super rare. Your budget pay goes from $940 to $705. So from $940 to $705. I'm going to do this just like I would at home, y'all. I'm just going to do this right here, right now. And also, you know, there's nails. Oh, hold on.
I couldn't do it with my nails.
Hold on. Oh, I did it.
Proud of you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just take this off really quickly. Or maybe I won't. Now, I'm thinking that there's one detail I want to talk to you about on this because these are platinum findings. So this is done in Rhapsody, my friend. So this is part of our Rhapsody collection, and it's done. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so if I told you, some people, sometimes, you know, you would expect these to probably be knotted like a pearl. But the truth is, emeralds are very sturdy, so they have a different surface requirement than pearl. So you don't necessarily need to knot these. You can if you want. But we've actually done something quite remarkable on these. These are actually strung on a wire. Yeah, so the strength and the sturdiness of this, I can't even believe it. Now you've got platinum findings, okay? So the end caps and the lobster claw clasp are gonna be done in platinum. So you've got some really quite unexpected and honestly amazing upgrades on this one. Not to mention the fact that it's 50 carats of emeralds. And I'm gonna show it to you this way. There's a little tiny piece of the tag there, my apologies. But I want you to see that the graduation on the beads is ever so slight. So it's not a super, super big and bold taper to the back. They're very, very, the nuance of the graduation is just very, very subtle. I mean, you've seen me wearing them for almost the whole show here, so they're gorgeous. All right, 6 of these to go around, 6 of these collectors, and that's it. I mean, it's worth calling in and saying, tell me the details. Tell me about that. Because you just never know. And these, I mean, these are not faceted emeralds. And why does that matter? It matters because facets are sort of the little black dress of gemstones and diamonds, because facets change the surface condition so that you are less likely to see characteristics that are eye visible. It's not a bad thing. You know, it adds sparkle, it adds presence, it adds beauty. So it is not a bad thing at all. But when a stone is not faceted, there's a certain earthiness and genuine natural beauty that you get to experience that you don't always connect with if a stone is faceted. So I love that we've rolled those back and there's no facets. I mean, that is gorgeous. All right, 6 of our collectors can get those. Personal, there it is, 50 carats of Kajam Zambian emeralds. They're beautiful, beautiful pieces. And why do they get that quad A rating? Because of the clarity and because of the consistency of the color. Oh my word. All right, your budget pay, just to review very quickly, goes from $940 to $705. I just want to do the math and make sure, because my brain is just going, that can't be true. $940, yeah, that's what I thought. That's a $235 savings on every single budget pay. And if you get those home, when you get those home, please do, you've got a 30-day window to take a look at those, a full 30-day review cycle. That is just, what an amazing treasure, my friends. And by the way, you do have an appraisal with those. The appraisal is $12,600. $12,600. Oh my gosh. Okay, congratulations in advance. And please send me a picture of yourself wearing those. My name is Becky Booker. I've been a host here for a long time. You can find me at Becky Booker Shop LC Host. You can also find me on Facebook as just Becky Booker. You can find me on Instagram, Becky Booker GG as well. So if you want to send me a direct message, it'd be great to have a gemstone conversation, rock hound to rock hound. We've got a couple more pieces in the show though. And the closer we get to the end of the show, the bigger the stones and the bigger the deals. Are you ready for this? Oh, you're not ready for this. This is an indicolite tourmaline. And so instead of leaning towards the green side of the spectrum, because tourmalines tend to be a combination of blue or green, but when you get as little of the green influence as possible and all of that blue shows up as the primary color, well, my friends, you get something called indicolite, and it is rare and exotic, and it is one of the creme de la creme, top of the line colors in the family of tourmaline. Now I'm going to hold this one on the display for you because that color is just gorgeous. Okay, beautiful color on that. The center stone is 3.43 carats. Yes, the diamonds that surround the center stone, and that's a beautiful elongated cushion cut, by the way. Those diamonds are not just the smaller 1 to 2 millimeter diamonds. Those have a lot of size, and they are all full cut diamonds. So every one of the diamonds in this piece has 57 facets. Every one of the diamonds in this piece have been faceted and polished as though they were an engagement ring. So there's a very, very high level of precision and quality on the accenting diamonds. I hate to even call them accents because they're beautiful on their own. Now, the diamond carat weight, 57 points, and it's a Rhapsody piece in 950 platinum. So you do have the VS clarity and you have the EF colorless grade on the diamonds as well. Woo! Okay, the appraisal on this one is $15,000, Caroline. $15,000. You can view the appraisal online. Gorgeous micro prong setting, beautiful substantial prongs on the main and Dicolite as well. You can see over my shoulder there. What a beautiful job. Gorgeous workmanship as well. Now, retail price on this, sit down, right around $50,000. Shop LC price on this, $5,699. Type in live 25. This is item, just for the record, item 15. Type in live 25, item 15. Your price goes down to $42.74. $42.74.99. And here's where it shows up large. Your budget pay right now is $1,140. Your budget pay after the live 25 instant savings goes down to $855. 11. Let's just figure that. $1140 to $855. That's a $285 savings on every single budget pay, and that is what you end up with. That level of incredible, beautiful workmanship. This is item number 15. Certified and appraised, a beautiful Rhapsody and Dicolite piece set with EF VS diamonds, and you take it home for 5 payments, interest-free, of $855. That is the hardest thing you will have to get accustomed to at Shop LC. That kind of value. And by the way, the appraisal comes right along with it. The appraisal is $15,000, almost $16,000. The date of the appraisal is April 26th. You will probably not have to have that reappraised for another couple of years. If you're going to buy and wear, congratulations. If you're going to buy and hold, congratulations. I mean, these are pieces that over time we know they accrue and they intensify in value, and that is a wonderful thing for your legacy, my friends. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We have 4 of those, and it would be absolutely to your best interest to call the personal shoppers and check on that immediately. 888-835-2237. Okay, now we have something coming up in the next 2 pieces, actually. That is something that I have to say I very rarely see. I've been saying for a long time that if you're looking for something that looks like one of the most expensive sapphires on the planet, you should think about purchasing a kyanite. And kyanite is very different in its growth habit than sapphire. Kyanite, let's see, kyanite, let me see, yeah. Kyanite, unlike sapphire, is never enhanced in any way, shape, or form. It's not treated. It's not treated at all, not even with heat treatment. So it's a very, very, very unusual gemstone that it's this intensity of blue, and it gets there all on its own. And this is a material that is very limited in its scope. It's very, very, very minimal in the number of carats mined per year compared to sapphire. But it is almost always jam-packed with eye visible inclusions. That does not bother me in one bit. When you start shopping for rare and exotic gemstones at any price point, you want to become accustomed with that variety, that species of gemstone, because they all have their own unique properties and characteristics. They're just incredible stones, but that blue is such a value. And this is where a little bit of education really pays off for you. This is where being a Shop LC family member and learning about the different stones really pays off, because if this were an 8-carat untreated cashmere sapphire, I cannot even begin to tell you what the price point would be. It would be nowhere near the shop LC price of $2279.99. It would be, in my mind, this is untouchable. And by the way, does this include the chain? Seriously? It includes the chain. Oh, okay. And I'm wearing the ring at the same time because they are definitely sisters. If you are a collector, you just want to get them both. You want to get them both. Period. End of story. Get them both. This is on a 20-inch platinum chain. Oh, good grief. What a deal. What a deal. I'm just going to hold it up like this. All right, let's talk about money. $2,279. 8 carats of untreated cashmere kyanite. And the clarity on this is remarkable. There's a, do you know what color, do you know why sapphires are heated in the first place? Because sapphires are notorious for being, especially like this, color zoned. So very often you'll have a little patch of blue and then you won't have a lot of blue. But the slow heating helps the color develop. And it changes the way you see the color. So it gives a better color enhancement. And sapphires have been heat treated for hundreds of years. It's not a thing, not a big deal. But this one, oh my gosh, what a beautiful beauty. $2,279. Your budget pay is $456 right now in this moment. Until you type in Live 25, then your budget pay goes from $456 to $341. It's $110 savings on each one of those budget pays. And keep in mind, we're talking about premium quality. We're talking about probably the top, if you get to quad A in any gemstone, you're talking about the top 5%. I can tell you this is one of my favorite stones in the category of blue. And because it's such a basic, incredible value. And for those of us who love to occasionally collect things that are completely natural, no enhancement. I'm the first one that tells you, buy a lab-grown diamond, buy the Niasa ruby, do all the treatments because it changes your access. It changes your level of experience. It's a wonderful thing. But when something like this comes along and there's no treatment done to it whatsoever, it is a game changer. And that will be one of the things in the end that eventually scoots this value way, way, way up. It might not happen in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, but the amount of this material that's available is minuscule compared to sapphire. And the marketplace knowledge of this is minuscule because most people don't know about cashmere kyanite. If you do, you understand this world. You understand this savvy. You understand what a career. You understand what this is a career changer. This is a collection changer. Budget pay goes from $456 down to $342, and I would tell you 8 carats of cashmere kyanite with this level of beautiful clarity is just stunning. All right, that's item 16. Item 17, also in platinum. And kyanite, we very, 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 very rarely put kyanite in platinum because you just don't get that level of clarity very often. Okay, we're going to move on now to item 17. There is one of these. There's 2 in the pendant. There's 1 in the ring.
So one person has an opportunity for a bundle then.
1 person. And we can bundle and save on this. You can bundle and save on this, my friends. Just get this now and drop it in the vault. Get these for your granddaughter because when she walks down the aisle, something new, something blue. I'm telling you, this is fantastic, guys. Oh, okay. The ring by itself is marked down. Wait, there's 1 left and it's on clearance? That is so perfect. Okay, everyday low price on the ring. It was $22.79. It's now on clearance. Okay, it's on clearance for $19.37. You put $19.37. You add Live 25. It goes from $19.37 down to $14.53. There's 1 ring, and 1 person can do what I love to do, and that is bundle and save. The pendant is $22.79. The ring is $19.37. You put both in your cart any day of the week, and you're going to be able to bundle and save, which gets you a 10% savings on both of them. So it goes from $42.18 to $37.96. $42.18, you save 10%, so you save $420. it goes to $37.96. Now you take $37.96, you put them both in your cart. You click the bar that says add 2 items to cart. And now $37.96 gets a huge savings. It goes down to $28.47. And your budget pay for both of them is $5.69. Now that, oh my goodness, there's one person that can bundle and save. One person that can bundle and save. And these are both set in 950 platinum. Your chain is included. It's finished off with a platinum lobster claw clasp. I mean, this is wearable for all times. These are gorgeous. The Blue Nova Quad A Cashmere Kyanite. We have had this so rarely, so infrequently at Shop LC. I'm a huge Kyanite fan. I'll tell you, buy it anytime you can get it because it's an incredible value. But when you're talking 8 carats on that solitaire, oh my goodness, that's a moment right there. True blue for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's 16 and 17. Now we've got a couple more I'm going to get in, and we're going to do really quickly. And the other one was the strand of beads green strand of beads that I was wearing, and it's Savorite Garnet, okay? One of the rarest colors in the world of garnet, and it's that emerald green color of garnet. This is all natural. There's no heating, there's no treatment, there's nothing done to this. This is going to be 18. This is item 18, and it weighs in at 58 carats, okay? 58 carats, and these are all symmetrically faceted. These are all slightly graduated and hand faceted. Slightly graduated, but they're this beautiful individually, the little petite beads all put together, and they make a stunning statement. Now, on this bundle, we have 28 pieces. Did that light just come on? Okay. We have
working on it.
Okay. No, I like it. I like it. I was like, wow, I can read those ABCs on there. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Okay. 28 of these, and that's it. Okay, and there's 58 carats. This is going to be 18 inches, and also it's finished off with a Rhapsody platinum clasp, so 950 platinum, and these are as well, I believe these are all strung on a cable. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Strung on a metal cable. Okay, $15.99.99. Drop that in your cart. Type in live 25. Your price goes down to It goes down to $1,200. I'm going to round up a penny. $1,200. Okay. Certified and appraised. Okay. Certified and appraised. Your budget pay goes from $320 down to $240. $80 savings, and the appraisal is $4,200. Oh my gosh. Now listen, I love chrome diopside. I love emeralds. But Savorite Garnet, you are talking about diva status rarity on these, okay? More rare than chrome diopside, and it takes us forever to get chrome diopside. 888-835-2237. Please call the personal shoppers, AS and AP, and get that. We only have, it sounds like a lot, 28. We're in 85 million homes here in the U.S. That doesn't even count the live streams that pop in and out. So I'm just going to say, all right, one last piece. And it is a stunner. Oh my gosh. All right. This one is, wow.
I thought it was aquamarine at first.
I did too. I almost don't even know what to say, Caroline. Wow. That is the legendary Pataiba tourmaline, and it is a size that I do not know what arm we had to twist or what safe we had to crack to get this in the collection, but that is a beautiful Pataiba tourmaline, certified and appraised. The center stone is one. Oh, the center stone on the Pataiba tourmaline is a carat 35, 1 1/4 carats. It's our Rhapsody piece in platinum 950. The quantity on this is 3. Surrounded by EF VS diamonds, completely set in 950 platinum. My friends, at a luxury retailer, the names I could name, the names I don't have to, we all know those brands. $82,000. $82,000. The Shop LC price every day is $17,500. Oh my gosh. I almost can't breathe. $17,500. What a collector's dream. Oh, it's got that beautiful signature, beautiful, gorgeous neon blue-green. It is absolutely stunning. The cutting is just exquisite on that. Incredible diamonds. Appraisal is for $45,000. The Shop LC 25% live stream price is going to take your price from $17,500 down to $13,125. From $17,450 to $13,125. That's a huge savings. That's a $4,000 savings. And on top of that, my friends, you have a budget pay option. Your budget pay option goes from $3,500 down to $2,625. From $35 to $2,625. That's about a $700 savings in each one of those interest-free budget pays. My friends, when you are looking for top level, top tier, world class, and even one-of-a-kind pieces, please take a moment and shop the world for all of the possibilities and all the crazy pricing. And when you want all of the possibilities and an incredible value, a beautiful price, that's when you come to Shop LC. Any questions on these items? This has all been top tier platinum pieces. These are all luxury items by anybody's definition. And if you have any questions on them, please reach out to the personal shopper team. Very, very limited on every single one of those. Thank you so much for tuning in, and 888-835-2237 is the personal shopper number. Please reach out to them. This is the time of year where you start considering what is that significant gift for your special person. Maybe you're going to give something wonderful from you and to you, a retirement gift. You've reached a certain milestone. Rhapsody is the way to keep that celebration going for a lifetime. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the Rhapsody collection, and I hope you add many of these to your own personal collection. Bye for now.